Now, according to a stunning new profile in The Atlantic, following wounded Army Captain Luis Avila's rendition of God Bless America, Trump walked over to congratulate and embrace him. But moments after that, the former president told Chairman Milley, quote, "Why do you bring people like that here? No one wants to see that, the wounded. Never let Avila appear in public again," Trump told Milley.
What an absolute effing disgrace. You know what? I might get a little animated on this video, so forgive me. I'm just letting you guys know ahead of time. Before we dive into this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and if you guys could please share so we could get it out there. I'm going to play you really quick. Watch this quick segment where she's talking, and then they instantly go to this article. Look at this.
Trump walked over to congratulate and embrace him, but moments after that, the former president told Chairman Milley, quote, "Why do you..."
So this amazing patriot, this great individual, Luis Avila, I hope I'm saying that right, just a great gentleman, put his life on the line for this country. I believe they stated that he stepped on an IED and it blew off his leg. Just a beautiful family, a beautiful individual. Having this whole ceremony with Mark Milley, we'll get into him in a second, but this great ceremony where he's singing, just a beautiful ceremony. I actually remember watching this. This is back in September of 2019. So just an all-around great individual. But look at, so they write this disgusting column, right, that Trump is all this, never show this person in public. Disgraceful the way they put this out there. They play the clip and then they stop the, dude, this is pissing me off. I'm dead serious. Watch it, because what they're preying on is that people don't watch this. What they're preying on is that people like, man, what, we're just going off of it instead of watching the ceremony themselves. I'm going to play a quick clip of the ceremony, then I'm going to play it in the background and talk over it. Watch this. This is like the singing, and then we'll go into the other stuff.
My home, sweet home. God bless America. My home, sweet home.
So you can see right there, President Trump is just singing right along with him. Mind you, Milley's like 3 people down from him, so they're not even next to each other. He's next to Mike Pence. So this great gentleman right there, they're showing him a great honoring service. He goes over to the wife, hugs them multiple times. I'm sure telling them some of the best things that he could muster up to say to try to tell these great people, telling the wife, him multiple times, shaking hands, hugging, gratitude, everything. So you mean after all of this, he's going to retreat back to Milley and tell him this is disgusting. Why would they bring somebody like that? Make sure he's never in public again. What they're preying on is people that are not going to watch the video in its totality, the whole entire thing. He's singing along, he's clapping, singing praises, hugging the family multiple times, smiling, making jokes with them, just lighthearted, just a ton of gratitude. Mind you, they say within moments that he went to Mark Milley and said this. And let's look at the person that's wrote this out of The Atlantic. And there's something that you're going to notice real familiar about him. Look at this.
Joining me now is the editor-in-chief of The Atlantic, Jeffrey Goldberg. He is the author of that profile, The Patriot, How General Mark Milley Protected the Constitution from Donald Trump. That moment, Jeffrey, is a searing moment, just recounted on paper. But what was it like to hear Milley recount that to you?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to say how he reacted to all these things or what we talked about specifically, but there were a lot of witnesses to that.
And you see this Jeffrey, this Goldberg, do you see the way he starts out all fidgety? Well, I'm not going to really say because it's BS. It's 100% made up. You know what else is BS? Do you guys remember? Oh, Trump stood over the graves of the soldiers and called them suckers and losers. You guys might remember Jeffrey from that.
It also says Trump referred to the fallen soldiers as suckers for getting killed.
It's a fake story, and it's a disgrace that they're allowed to do it.
A fuming president denied the claims today.
It was a terrible thing that somebody could say the kind of things, and especially to me, because I've done more for the military than almost anybody else.
The Atlantic reporting is based on 4 cowardly anonymous sources who probably do not even exist. Meanwhile, within hours, 10 sources, 10, went on the record debunking these lies.
I stand by my reporting. I have multiple sources telling me this is what happened. And so I stand by it.
Oh, so we have all these anonymous sources that claim this, that won't put a name to it, but then we have 10 people completely saying it's completely fabricated, untrue. Even Bolton, even he came out in defense and said that it was false. So do you see what they do? It's just fake story after fake story, and they prey on people that aren't going to do the research and look it up themselves. You can, I challenge any of you guys to watch this ceremony and just watch it. He's nowhere near Milley. There's a couple times where they walk next to each other. Not even a word is said from either party, from either side. And then you see Trump standing there, not even close to Milley. This story is 125,000% fabricated, but they know that. They see what's going on in the polls, the economy. They don't want to talk about none of that. They don't want to talk about the border. They don't want to talk about inflation, credit card debt, and so on and so forth. They want to bring up another fake story like this. And they already know this is pissing me off to the highest extent because this is all they do. They have zero credibility. This is why nobody watches none of this BS or even listens to them, because they're going to, why don't you bring the wife on? Let's see if the wife is going to validate all this stuff. Ask the wife if the wife thinks that Trump would say something like this. Mind you, isn't Biden the one that checked his watch at least 3 times why the bodies were being brought off of the giant cargo plane from the disgusting thing that happened in Kabul? All these 13 service members that were just killed, plus the ones that are injured and mutilated, mangled, that he doesn't even talk about. The parents don't even want nothing to do with Joe, with the disrespect.
We have seen what's going on in your family, and even worse, we've seen how you've been treating us as Gold Star families. And there couldn't be anything more disgusting and cowardly than the way you have treated us. You are a disgrace to this nation. You have no business having ultimate command over our military, and I regret not saying that to your face when I had the opportunity in Dover.
But they won't talk about that. Why won't they talk and get into that? How Joe completely these people should be alive to this day. There was a set time, they extended it, wanted to do it on September 11th, had this crazy, like trying to line up the calendar moment, and look at what ended up happening. All this tragedy, plus all the Afghans that were killed and all that with the bombing. But they don't talk about that. They don't talk about how Joe completely disrespected them on camera. That's on camera. This isn't no anonymous source. He said, she said.
We have Biden shouting in a press conference, name me one single objective that we set out to accomplish that we failed on. Name me one. In all of our history, not one. I say to you, Mr. President, you got 13 pictures that we have all named. You got 13 that you did not accomplish.
And then back to Mark Milley. Isn't this the same guy that said that, oh, I'm going to alert China in secret. I'm making secret calls to them because I don't know if Trump will ever decide to attack. So I want to alert our amazing friends in China. Are you kidding me? Isn't that a treason? Aren't you how dare you? You're going to go and reach out to China to alert them? Obviously, nothing happened. And now you see all the aggression happening now. It's kind of funny how all that stuff flips around. But on the low, I'm going to go out and I'm going to reach out and let them know if there's a pending attack coming, just to let them know that this president's unstable. These people should be absolutely, they should be publicly humiliated and shamed for the stuff that they allow to perpetuate on a daily basis. And this is why they're completely cratering and they have zero credibility and nobody watches, because it's straight garbage.
Fake, disgusting news.
But I challenge you guys to watch that ceremony. If you guys can, fast forward a little bit to when Mark Milley and Trump are in like the same circumference, and you let me know. Because mind you, the reporting, the story is moments right after he hugged this great family, this great individual that served our country and his wife.
Trump walked over to congratulate and embrace him, but moments after that,
they said moments after, this is what was said. So you guys watch it for yourselves, and you let me know if you guys can see this. This is an absolute, I'm just done with this video. I can't even touch on this video anymore. You guys let me know what you guys think about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and if you guys could please share so we can get everything out there, and I will catch you guys on the next one.